Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me, and today is the Saturday check-in. It is January 11th, 2025, and isn't it a great time to be alive? If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, then head on over to podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the podcast that is updated every Thursday. Then head on over to hellocupcakeitsme.com to give the blog some love. And make sure that you follow me on all the different social medias and check out my book, Carpe Diem Scroto 365 Daily Affirmations at www.cdsthebook.com. So, how is everyone? And yes, my hair is all messed up because I am still in bed. I did not go to bed until damn near 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's because I started a new class yesterday and I was just really engrossed in it. So you're going to hear my fans in the background, cars passing and stuff, because even though it got down to like 33, I sleep with my window open, and so my window's open right now. Yeah. And then somewhere over there I have a boy cat. You can see just the outline of him. But anyways, yeah. So man, this class is kind of intense, and I'm seeing a lot of parallels between what I'm learning about in this class and what I do and what others do. And this class is a trauma-informed class for coaching. So it gives you like the baseline of how to approach people who have trauma, how not to re-trigger said trauma, and how these traumas go all the way back to while you're still developing in the womb. And it's really interesting. One thing, well, there's actually a couple of talking points on that particular thing right now, but the first is that if the pregnancy is stressful, the mother's cortisol levels are going to be extremely high because she's going to be in a fight, flight, or I think they said fawn, but there's the 3 F's: fight, flight, or flee. I'm sorry. Fight, flight, or flee. I'm not awake yet, so it so as the baby is developing, its cortisone levels are like really stressed out because it's getting prepared for the environment that it's in. And one clinician had this person that came in, and they said that their whole life they felt like they've been suffocating. And once they did precognitive therapies, they found out that the patient was born with an umbilical cord wrapped around their neck. And so the correlation later on in life of that person feeling like they just can't breathe was traced back to in utero during birth, that the baby couldn't breathe. And so through therapies, the person was actually able to quote unquote breathe for the first time. And they're saying now that it's been documented, and I didn't know this because I grew up in the 80s, but in the 80s, that's when Western medicine started to acknowledge that children from 0 to 2 years old experienced pain. You heard that right. That people 0 to 2 did not experience pain was the mindset. And it's come to find out that they actually do. We all do. And so if you are an 80s baby or before the 1980s, very good possibility, very good chance that you were never given any kind of numbing or pain blocking medication if you had any kind of procedures done on you. You know, most of us grew up with the whole, oh, they don't feel pain, they only feel pressure. And so, like, no topical anything was done during circumcisions. Nothing was utilized to stop pain. And in the cases of like having to have surgeries done, they would give the infant or the child a medication to like basically paralyze them so that they wouldn't move while on the operating table. And you know, that's just horrific to me, to think that is something that Western medicine only acknowledged as late as the 80s. The 1980s was not that long ago. And, you know, I hope, I can't even imagine, as being a child of the 80s, you know, I've been circumcised, and then I also had multiple ear surgeries, and I had my tonsils removed and stuff like that. And I don't know how they did those surgeries. If it was blocked out, like if I was actually put under, or if they just gave me that paralyzing medication and did the surgeries and went on about their business. And drawing parallels between how things happen with me now to like that kind of trauma makes me start to question like a lot of things, because just because you have precognitive, preconscious traumas happen to you, it later on manifests as something completely different. And there's a lot of study that is being done on precog traumas and how they affect the person throughout the rest of their life. So kind of interesting, kind of sad, kind of like eye-opening, because as I'm learning this stuff, not only am I diagnosing myself and like kind of going over everything, like drawing parallels, like I said, but I'm also looking at my family members, and I'm looking at some of my friends and just like, okay, you do XYZ because this probably happened to you at some point in your developmental years and you have developmental trauma. So, really interesting. And I told you all that I was going to start taking some classes in 2025, and I do every year. That's just kind of like what I do. And this is going to provide me with 20 of the CDE hours that I need for um, staying current on my peer counseling stuff. And I've been dealing with a lot of people who have been coming to me with like traumas from their childhood, traumas from their teenage years, whatever else. And trauma happens at any time throughout our life because we are continuously developing. And it's just been a really interesting class. So I still have, I want to say like 5 or 6 modules that I have to get through. I got through 2 or 3 yesterday, so I think there's a total of 9. Yeah, I think there's like a total of 9 that I have to do. So I if I devote this weekend to doing that class, I'm going to be completely done with it by Monday. But as of right now, the only plans I have is to lay up in this bed and do as much of nothing as possible. Because this whole next week is going to be very, like, fast paced. So, Saturday, this coming Saturday, I have a funeral to attend, and then Sunday, my sister and I are supposed to make a trip out to Oregon to go see our biological mom, and then we're coming back home Monday, and it's just a lot that I got going on. And then this Monday, I have a mental health appointment, so that sucks because I didn't have that scheduled. Well, I know that I had it scheduled, I just didn't know that it was going to happen this Monday. So I gotta also talk to my therapist about what's going on, and maybe cancel the following Mondays if that's the next time that I meet with her or something like that. And I don't like the fact that she's so inflexible with her time. She wants to meet me at either 6 o'clock in the morning, or she wants to meet with me at 11 o'clock in the afternoon and won't go later than that. So, yeah, I don't know. We haven't really gotten into the meat and potatoes of why I wanted to go through the counseling in the first place. So I'm giving her 3 more sessions to really prove herself to me. And after that point, I probably, if I don't feel like she is doing what she needs to do, or that I'm receiving the counseling that I need, I'm going to ask her to put me with one of her colleagues that is local and that I can see at times that work best for me. Because at 11, that doesn't work very well for me, because that's cutting into my time with family. So, anyways, yeah, I don't know. And that's really kind of where I'm at right now. I finished season 1 of Severance, and if you haven't watched that, get on one of the streaming services. If you have a Roku, it's free on the Roku channel right now. You know, whatever you got to do to watch it, watch it. It is so freaking interesting and cerebral, and there's never been another TV show like this. And really brings up moral and ethical questions, and has a lot of I'm just gonna say religious connotations. There's no one coming out and like completely talking, about this or that god or deity or whatever else, but there's a lot of symbology in there. And just interesting. But yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at for everything else. Just taking this class, trying to get things situated, and still working on stuff for the book, and trying to get that figured out, trying to get myself mentally prepared for the visit with the biological egg carton. I know that that's probably going to be the last time that I see her. And with that being said, it's like, it's a bittersweet, situation. I really don't want to see her in the condition she's in. The last time that I saw her, she was really kind of vibrant. She had some meat on her bones and was not as frail as she is now. And even though I have a very strained and strenuous relationship with her, I don't really want to see her in this condition that she's in. Just seeing pictures of her that her social worker has taken was kind of like, fuck, So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to try to update this coming Saturday the best that I can, and same thing with Thursday for the podcast. So anyways, but for now, that's what's going on. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section down below, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.